Hi everyone, can you believe it's finally time to start our first course in your journey to becoming a technology leader and a more effective facilitator of student-centered uses of tech? This class is all about distance ed or DE, issues and trends, and boy have we seen major changes in distance ed over the last 10 years and even more major ones since March of 2020. One thing I want you to remember when thinking about distance ed is that yes, you're in a master's degree that is taught through distance ed. But as you've worked out, that doesn't mean that DE in K-12 schools is the same format. Do you teach in your classroom in the same way you were taught in a face-to-face college class? Also note that distance ed doesn't have to be a whole class or a whole program, it can just be one learning experience. You were all engaged in some level of distance ed as educators during COVID, but you were involved in what we call remote teaching. Basically, you were teaching via Zoom in the same way you would teach in person. This course and this program is not at all like that. Before we get started, I want to be very clear so that you know what's important to me as your instructor. Academic honesty. If you have not completed the tutorial and the pledge, please know you will be held accountable for all university academic honesty policies. I'm also really a stickler about respectful communication with me and your classmates. Please be careful of text message formatted emails. If you have a quick question and you don't want to be as formal, use Voxer. An email that lacks professionalism, such as a greeting, a closing, and punctuation, will be replied with a reminder to consider professionalism. As you ponder your success in this course and the program, you may have worked out, because the whole class is already available to you, and you'd see in 511, we don't have exams or tests. Grades are important, but learning is far more important to us. I also want to talk a little about what you can do to find success in the class and the program. Have a desire to learn. You chose this program over all other options for a reason. Be the student you want your students to be. You are going to get out of this program what you put into it. If you're simply going through the motions and not actively engaging in learning, your growth as a professional will really reflect that. You're dedicating 16 months of your time to the program, so make the most of it. It's important that you read emails, announcements, and the course weekly tasks. It's always clear to us who hasn't read things. The people who are struggling are more often the ones who didn't read the announcements or the weekly introductions. Each module lists exactly what you need to do each week. We call this the weekly tasks. You might consider thinking about using these as a checklist to make sure you've completed everything. Make sure you also look at the link for Semester at a Glance. It has the tips for managing your time as an online student that I've already shared. Obviously, you can do what works best for you, but I can't stress enough that you should really try to have the reading done during the week before and then engage during the week. Time management and balance were the main issues related in the What Makes Me Nervous Padlets. So use this document, the Semester at a Glance, to calm your nerves. Also know that your instructors are here to support you. But it's not our job to do the learning for you. That's your job. Please don't be afraid of the assignments. Many before you have successfully tried distance ed and all the other class projects we have for you with their own students, even with pre-K students. And we care more that you try than you get a perfect score. Managing your time again. Here, I've said it a few times. The week starts on Monday and ends on Sunday. Assignments are typically due Sunday evenings. Keep in mind what a conversation is. It's not one comment per person. This goes back to you getting out of the program what you put into it. We recommend reading and working on assignments on the weekends and engaging in back and forth conversation from Monday to Thursday. So let's look at what actually happens in week 1. This week, the reading is about distance education models, policies, and statistics. Note the dates of what you read, as much of this was recently updated, but some are policies and concepts that have been around for decades. One thing we look for in education is trends and change. So throughout the whole program, always pay attention to dates of literature you read. As you complete the reading, please read for understanding and not so you can regurgitate the content. You should be able to reference what you read, but don't try to memorize it. Each week, you'll be expanding your understanding of distance ed, and hopefully in 8 weeks' time, you'll feel very comfortable being able to talk to others about what distance ed is and what it isn't. Please read the directions for discussion posts carefully. You need to make an initial post by Thursday evening. A good discussion response is not about the format. It does not judge the post such as, "Nice post, Loretta," but it's like a spoken conversation, agreeing, asking questions to dig deeper, sharing related information, and so on. At the same time, we don't want to ramble on, which I know is easy, especially as I'm talking and talking, but if you want people to read your posts and respond to you, be succinct. Plan on checking discussions every day if possible. Otherwise, you might log in to find 50 plus posts to read. Please, please, please ask questions if you have them. I'm really looking forward to a great start to your master's degree. Finally, if you're comfortable, all of your professors in the program, we actually prefer to be called by our first names. We consider ourselves people first.